What's going on, family? Dublin Odinson here, and welcome back to Star Citizen. Alright, fam, let's do a bunker walkthrough. I'll take you all the way through it. Alright, family, let's get this out of the way right off the bat. The most important thing to bring to a bunker is an accountability buddy. A friend will make a bunker run so much smoother, and it's always nice to have someone watch your back. However, if you don't have any friends, or at least friends that play Star Citizen, don't worry, we can do this solo. Alright, fam, like everything in life, you're going to need the right tools for this job. The tools of the trade are your gear, your loadout, your ship, and your box. Alright, when it comes to gear, we're talking heavy armor with a heavy backpack. No light stuff here. Get you a Pembroke or a Novikov backpack. The more things that you can carry, the more credits you can make. When it comes to loadout, weapons are to taste, so bring whatever works best for you. Personally, I tend to lean heavily on a sniper, then I have an LMG to pray and spray my problems away. P4 is always a solid choice. Most enemies carry P4, so you're not going to go click after just a few runs. Alright, fam, after your guns are loaded, make sure you grab extra ammo, med pens, a med gun, and a tractor beam. Yeah, that tractor beam is by far one of the most useful tools in the game. Not only could it move boxes and items, but it can move bodies. It can move people. You want to loot that item but don't want to get shot? Well, drag the body back to cover and go ahead and loot. Did your accountability buddy run off and get shot while being a loot goblin? Yep, tractor his dumbass behind safety and then revive him. It is an essential for this run, so do not leave your hangar without it. Alright, family, the last two tools of the trade are your ship and your box. You're going to want at least one size 2 SCU box, and you're going to need a ship to carry it. The ship has to be able to carry some cargo. Remember, the money we're making off of this isn't the mission payout, it's the loot, the gear, and the guns that we're going to be selling later. So you need something that can carry cargo. If you can double down and also get one with a medbed, that makes you golden. The Clipper is one of my favorite birds now because it's a perfect bunker bird. It can hold 12 SCU of cargo. It has a med bed and it's compact and getting close. I love the Clipper, but you can do this with any bird that can just hold some boxes. I used to do it with the baby bed and size 1 boxes. You can squeeze them in. It's not comfortable, but you can do it. Just get you a bird and a box and get ready to fly. All right, so you're ready to go. Now what missions do you grab? First and foremost, get Call to Arms. Call to Arms will give you $500 for every one of these baddies you put down. So that's just a bonus payout. You got to put them down to get the gear anyway. You might as well get paid for the ammo. Okay, now that you have Call to Arms, you're going to look under the Mercenary tab for Help Protect this site. This is a perfect one to get started with, because after you're done with the mission, the only thing that respawns are cops. So you can run around and loot safely, just as long as you do it within the time period, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But this is a great one to get started and get used to doing these missions. Alright, the second type of mission is under the Bounty Hunter. So you're going to look for anything that says they are in a derelict outpost. Now this part is very important. The derelict bit is important because that means that the big turrets out front are offline. So you could fly right up to the front door without getting shot down. Now these missions are a little more dangerous because of respawns, and we'll talk about that in a second as well. Alright, fam, so you're on the mission and you're doing great. Just remember, there is no rush. You see, once the mission's over, that's when things change. If you're doing the mercenary mission, you'll see a 30-minute pop-up saying you've got 30 minutes to finish looting and get the hell out of here. If you're doing the bounty hunter mission, the second that final boss is down, respawns start. And respawns will make things dangerous because while you're focused on looting, they're focused on putting bullets in your ass. So don't rush. As long as there's markers left to take out, you have endless times on the clock. If you know where your last target is, or even if your last 2 targets, just leave them there. Go ahead and loot up. Tap into your inner root goblin. And yes, I said root goblin, not loot goblin. Tap into your inner root goblin and take everything. Every gun you could find, every box you can scour, every body, grab them, bring them, tractor beam them, get them on your bird. Everything sells. Right now, the world is on your time. Make use of it. Okay, so 2 things that you might come across while looting. One is the rubber band snapback. If you loot a body really quickly and then close it out, the loot will shoot from your backpack back onto the body. To keep this from happening, just give it a second after you've moved everything to your bag. Give it a second before closing it. Let the server realize what you're doing, and things mostly go smoothly from then on. The next thing you might find is like an F-55 or another gun that you can't put in your backpack. If you're carrying something like a P4 or a sniper rifle, just anything that can go in a backpack, take your own gun, put it in your bag, and then grab that and put that in its spot. Then run it back to your box or your bird, drop it off, pull your gun back out, and you're golden. Remember, these guns sell. Everything sells, so you don't want to leave them behind. Alright fam, so while you're looting, you might run into people with backpacks. Alright, so this is a special kind of thing to deal with. You cannot equip the backpack if you already have one, and grabbing them by your hands is finicky. So what I tend to do is take them back to my ship. I will throw my chest piece and bag into a free box, and then I will open up the loot, put on their chest piece, which will auto snap their bag to my bag, loot the rest of the body in their backpack, then dump everything off and then grab my stuff. That's how I would do it. You can also just strip yourself naked and then throw on their undersuit, and it gives you everything, whatever way works for you. Alright, so you put down the last target and you're ready to go. If you're on the mercenary mission, finish looting and get out. Go grab another mission or go sell if your boxes are full. Now, if you're on a bounty hunter mission, you got some options because the respawns are gonna keep going. They won't stop. And yeah, that makes looting dangerous, but it also brings you fresh loot. You get to kill them and take more gear to sell. So you could just camp up. Just stay in your bird, use your bird as cover because they got to shoot through your shields. And as they're constantly respawning, gun them down, tractor beam them in, strip their gear, and just keep doing that so you're either out of ammo or out of space. Either way, that's what makes me the most money. All right, finally, it's sell-off time. So you're going to go to any place with a cargo center because we're going to sell those boxes. But you do not want to go to your hometown. You don't want to deal with all of your inventory. You want whatever's at the center to be what you're willing to sell. So you're going to drop off your cargo into the freight lift. You're going to go up to the cargo center. You're going to go to the computer in the back. You're going to go to your sell tab, and you're going to click the box. Do not click quick sell. I'm going to repeat that. Do not click quick sell. If you do, you're going to sell the box, and you're going to get the price of the box. That's like $2K. What you're going to do is you're going to hit sell. You're going to give it a second to load up everything that's in that box. And you'll see that price jump. And then you'll sell that. All right, fam. Well, that's all I got for you. So we made $120,902 off of sales. And then on top of the $79,000 for the mission, gave us a grand total of $199,902 credits, which isn't half bad. And I didn't sit and load up all the boxes. I was just doing it for this video. I'm about to go back out there and knock out another run or four. What about you guys? Any tips that I missed? Any tricks? Throw them in the comments below, please, and thank you. All right, fam. Please share with your friends, share with your enemies, like and subscribe. If the Valkyries don't take midnight, I will see you tomorrow in the next episode. You guys drink one for me, and I'll drink one for you. Take it easy, family.